What's up guys, Darkdally here playing Ghost Recon Wildlands, and today I want to test the AK-74. We've been waiting for this weapon for a long time, and finally they put it in the game, although it does come in the form of battle crates, so you're going to have to get lucky and get it in a crate. Now if you saw my previous video from yesterday, then you saw me open all the crates, I got all of the stuff, and this came along with it. We finally have the AK-74. Now, in the same fashion as my recent rifle tests, I'm going to compare it against a rifle which I believe it will compare against. Now, some people say, why am I comparing rifles against I think it's going to be identical to? Why not compare it against something different? Well, because that's how I think it's just best to do. Because we want to see, here's what I think, guys. So here we have the 74. Over here, I have the AK-47. I have the feeling they're going to perform identically. If you saw my previous video just last night, if you saw my previous video, the F2000 versus the MDR, then you'll understand why I do this. Or if you saw my MDR versus TAR-21, you know, or if you saw my R4 versus or whatever, the weapons always perform identical against, you know, the ones that look like them, which is kind of silly. Now, one thing I want to get out of the way, because I know people are going to say something about this. Yes, the AK-74 is 5.45 by 39, and the AK-47 is 7.62 by 39. So I know people are going to ask, why don't I compare it against the AK-12? Because the AK-12 is 5.45 by 39. Well, I'll tell you why. In real life, yes, the AK-12 is 5.45 by 39, but in the game, it's not. If you go check, in the game uses an outdated prototype version for some reason. The AK-12 in this game fires 7.62. What that means is, what I mean by this is, this AK-74, this is the only 5.45 by 39 gun in the game. Okay, so I'm comparing this against the AK-47. Even though they're different calibers, I bet, because Ubisoft knows nothing about guns, they're going to perform exactly the same, just like we've experienced previously. Let's go ahead and get to this right now. I'm here with my good friend, subscriber and patron, Rum Rover, who was in the last video. Rum, do you have a AK-74?
Probably not. Let me check. 74?
Yeah, it came in the new loot crates.
Ooh, I haven't gotten any of the new loot crates. I've got AK-12.
Okay, so see, he was able. Man, that AK looks huge in your hands, dude. What is that?
Guess
wow.
what? SASG-12.
Oh, that would be why. Okay, well, hey, it's based off an AK. The SASG, the second 12 is an AK that fires shotgun rounds. Okay, I was like, man, that AK looks huge. Okay, that's why. Okay, blooper. It's an AK, it counts. Well, first thing up is bullet drop, like we always do. Let's have a look at the AK. Let's have our first look at the AK-74 and see how we can equip it. What parts can we put on it? I don't even know yet. I just equipped it. I haven't looked. We're going to go ahead. We're going to put, for the bullet drop, we're going to do the same thing that we did with the F2000. We're going to put the digital sight on it. And that's because the crosshairs make it easier to aim over range. Magazine, we only have a 30-round magazine available. That's a little limiting. I mean, if we're comparing this to the AK-47, and again, I know, yes, there is a discrepancy in bullet caliber, but this is the only 5.45 by 39 gun in the game. So there's that. And even though I already said the AK-12 in the game is 7.62, people are still going to comment, the AK-12 was 5.45. Well, in the game, it's not. In the game, the AK-12, and in fact, if you look at what an AK-12 actually looks like in real life, it looks nothing like the AK-12 in the game. That's because, again, the one they use in the game is an old, discarded, obsolete prototype that never even went into production. Ubisoft knows nothing about guns. So this is the only 5.45 gun in the game. Nonetheless, we are comparing it to the AK-47. So anyway, let's move on here. We can only equip a 30-round mag. Underbarrel, unlike the F2000, we actually have underbarrel options. We are going to put I'm going to test it like most people would test it. And this won't affect bullet drop. So we're going to put on the underbarrel what most people would put, which is the UGL. On the rail, we're going to put a rangefinder because we're doing bullet drop. We want to put the best parts we can. We can put a long barrel. How about that? Unlike the F2000. I'm not comparing this against the F2000. I'm just saying. And I always run compensators. So that's our setup for the bullet drop. That's a sexy looking rifle. We could not change the buttstock, by the way, on the AK-74, only one buttstock. So we're going to do the same with the AK-47, stock buttstock. We're going to put the digital scope. We're going to move down. Okay, so we already have a 30 round mag. We already have a UGL. We already have a rangefinder. Let's put a long barrel. And compensator. All right, both rifles are now equipped the same way. We've seen what we can put on the 74. I'm really excited to use this. Oh, one more thing. I always forget this. Let's compare the bars. There we go. So here's the stats compared to the same parts. It's actually showing the 74 does more damage, has more accuracy and more range. Just a tick less handling. I have a feeling they're going to come out exactly the same. All right, so here we are at 250 meters, like we always do our assault rifle bullet drop. I suspect these rifles are going to be identical. That's why I'm testing them against one another. Now, people say, why don't I test two rifles that are different? Well, because then I would have to go through the whole run of rifles. Then I have to go through all of them because all of them are going to be different except for the ones that they cloned. I suspect these two are kind of clones of one another. And so I'm testing the 74 versus the 47 because maybe people want to use an AK, but they want something that's a little cooler looking than the AK-47. So here we go. 250 meters. We're on single shot. Let's wait for the Untitled Chapter to pass. We're right on target. Once my breath comes. Let's go recon this shot. Okay, and you can see the AK-74 hit, actually, if I recall from yesterday, that's exactly where the F2000 hit. It hit right at the top of that brick, or right near, yeah, that's like the same exact place. You know what, the 47 might, well, let's find out. Let's just find out. Let's just swap over to the AK-47. Again, you saw where we got the same exact parts. There's room over there in the background. Oh, wow. That looked higher to me. That looked about a brick higher to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's one brick higher. Wow, how about that? I was expecting these to be the same. And I think this is a reasonable plane of comparison. The 74 versus the 47. Again, I know that, blah, blah, blah. Look at him. Look at him. I know that, we're forgetting the 5.45 versus 7.62 thing. Those are completely different rounds. I realize that. There's no other 5.45 rifle in the game. Should I compare this then against a 5.56 rifle? Maybe. We'll see what happens. Or should I compare it against an SR3M? I don't know. That's a completely different round. Again, yeah, that's a sniper rifle round. But you guys tell me what you think in the comments below. Should I compare this against a different rifle? Regardless, with the same exact parts, the AK hits way more accurately. I'm sorry, the AK-47 hits way more accurately than the AK-74. Let's move on right to the damage test, guys. All right, so here we're going to start off with the AK. Well, we always start off with the weapon we're testing. So let's start off with the AK-74. We still have the same settings we had in the bullet drop test. I know you can't see my character because I have optical camouflage, so I know I'm completely invisible. I apologize for that. Here, I'm right here. Can you guys see me? No, I'm still too invisible. Okay, let me show you the weapon. So we're still using the same weapon we used in the bullet drop test, the AK-74 right here. I don't have, actually, I'm still using the digital scope. I don't have time to change out to the Comp M4 because our convoy is right there. We're going to do the same thing that we always do, except this time I have a friend here with me, of course. I have Rum. He's going to stop the convoy for me and take down the chopper. So all I have to do is take down the guys. We're going to try to get him stopped about 400 meters. Okay, go ahead and EMP it in about 5 seconds. That's good enough.
Oh.
That's good. That's good. That's usually where we take them. So, because they're going to roll forward a bit. Oh, they're still rolling. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yep, that's about the place we usually take them. So we're going to take them with... Now, these are the same parts I had in the bullet drop test. The exception of the scope, I have changed to the Comp M4 optics because I simply like this better. Wow, that guy died fast. Damn. Wow, that was a one shot, and that looked like it hit him in the hip. I mean, oh, wait. Hang on, there's another guy down here. That was a kill shot, though. Rum is not helping me, by the way. If you see him firing, he's only firing at the vehicle and possibly the driver to keep the driver from driving away. He's not helping me whatsoever. Wow, this thing is doing incredibly well. I gotta say, this is the first time I've used this weapon. And this is reminding me of the R4, which is also an AK variant. I know, again, this thing fires 5.45. But in the context of the game, that doesn't matter. Okay, I'm having trouble hitting this prone target.
I just shot shy.
There we go.
There you go.
It's about 3 hits for that guy. Let's get this guy here. Wow, we're getting 2 and 3 hits here. At this range, 350 meters. Holy Jesus. This is the same reaction I had. Okay, we're going to move up on the convoy because they're hidden. So we're going to move up and take the latter half of the convoy up close.
This is the new HK.
This is the, well, I will say this is the same reaction I had when I first tested the R4. The first time I tested the R4, if you watch that video, I was like, oh shit, oh my god, I can't believe I'm killing him this fast. The R4 came out before the 416. The 416 is kind of the golden boy of all the ARs, I'll tell you that right now. But this is reminding me a lot of the way the R4 acted. Both being variants of the AK, again, despite the caliber. Why are these guys hiding from me? Now this guy's like in the truck, behind the truck. Where are they at? There he is. Whoops. That's the problem with relying on auto aim. Holy shit, the car almost ran over me. That was a double shot. That was a double tap right there. Yeah, this thing's all double taps up close. That was a one shot in the hand. What? What? Okay, wow, the 74 did incredibly well. Jesus Christ. Okay, I mean, like, I may have to slow that down in editing. And again, Rum did not help me. He only fired on the vehicles to make sure they were stopped, and I think he probably shot the driver. He did not shoot any of these guys. Wow, I'm gonna have to look at that in editing. I think I shot that guy right there. Oh, that's the driver. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I shot him in the hand and he died. Okay, well, yeah, well, RIP. But anyway, for real though, you saw me do some pretty clear double taps right up close. Now, that's all pretty variable. We're going to go ahead and we're going to reset this convoy. All right, and guys, so here we go. Let's make sure we're on the AK-47. So here we're going to do the same thing with the AK-47. We have the same parts we had on the bullet drop test again, except we're using the Comp M4 scope just like last time. We're going to stop the convoy about 400 meters out. So we're going to want to stop it. I know I put the mark at 300, but there's kind of this thing where we always stop it at 400. We had a couple hundred more meters to go.
Right there?
Stop at about... my binocs out here.
Okay, I'm at max range right now.
I can't mark it. Okay, stop it about there. That looks good. We'll see how it is. We'll see how it goes. Excuse me, guys. That's why we call it... yeah, stop it there. That's why we call it variables, because variables are variables. And guess what? Variables happen in combat. So this is a combat test. It's hard to replicate everything, but I think we do it pretty well every time. There we go. We're on the AK-47, full auto. Again, Rum is not assisting me. He's only making sure the vehicles are stopped and the driver is dead. I'll have to aim a little higher. Wow, that was a 2-shot, but he was still in the car. Let's reload and let these guys hop out of their vehicles. Here, there we go. Now they're out of their vehicles. Note, yeah, so the enemies are alert. They're out of their vehicles. Now, the AK-74 did incredibly well, but so too is the AK-47. Whoops, I missed those guys. I don't use this rifle much, so I got to feel out the bullet drop. We're getting about 3 bullets per guy. Damn. Except I'm not feeling the bullet drop as well. Now, you know, you may feel the bullet drop better than I do. But again, that's the one constant in these tests is me and my ability. I'm not the best Ghost Recon player, but I am the same person doing all these tests. Thus, that is the constant. Holy shit. Wow, that guy only dropped in a couple bullets. This is doing as well as the 74 did. Do take note that many of these rifles at this range, at these ranges, many of these rifles are taking 4 or 5 and more bullets. Like the LVOAC was incredibly disappointing if you watch that video. It took an insane amount of bullets. It was taking 7, 8 bullets to kill these guys. Wow. We still have the recoil test yet to come, but so far, the AK-74, wow. That was a 1-shot. That was a center mass, too. That was like a 1-shot to the hip. Okay, so I'm using the 47? Yeah, I'm using the 47. The AK-74 really impressed me, but I gotta say, the AK-47 did the convoy quicker. And that's why I call this combat effectiveness. This is a real life, well, not real life, but real in-game combat scenario. And variables always happen. We're going to run over here and do a recoil test on the wall. and just see how these compare in recoil. They have the exact same parts. The AK-47 for me worked better. Now again, no, I'm not the best Ghost Recon player, but I am the same player doing both tests. That's the scientific part of this. You may have different results, but you will find if you repeat those same tests, you'll find a similar relation in the results. Let's go ahead and test these recoil out on the wall here. Let's make sure both weapons are fully loaded. And we're going to dump full mags right here on the wall. First with the 74. That's quite a bit of recoil compared to the F2000 I did just yesterday. Now let's try the AK-47. Let's start from the same spot. So, okay guys, I got to give it to the AK-47. Man, I hate to. I don't want to. I got to. But, though I was impressed with the combat effectiveness of the AK-74, which I was really impressed with it. Now, I've tested the 47 before. I'll have to go back and watch my own video to see how it performed, but in this instance, the AK-47 performed much better than the AK-74, and then look at the recoil right here. You can clearly see with the same parts, the AK-47 performed much better on the recoil. That means it's more accurate at least what I like to do. Now, Rum here is more of a semi-auto guy. He likes to fire single shot. That said, Rum is extremely qualified. He's hit tier 1 twice now on ghost mode. I don't think many people can say they have that kind of patience. So he is definitely at least as much of an authority as I am on this game because he's played so darn much. I mean, who can say they've hit tier 1 twice on ghost mode? I haven't yet. So there's that. But what I'll say is that firing full auto, as I do close engagement stuff. You know, you see me fire, you see me play my games. I play stuff close engagement like this at full auto. The AK-47 actually has less recoil than the AK-74. Rum, I know you don't have the 74, but what are your thoughts having witnessed all of this?
Very close. I mean, it'd be all down to what you're looking at, the looks of it.
Yeah, it does come down a lot to that. Let's have a look in the menu here. A lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with this, picking your rifle based off the looks because so many rifles are so close. You saw these rifles were extremely close. I just think the AK-47 performed better. So here we have the AK-74, and it's a handsome looking rifle, but remember it's a little limited because of its magazine capacity. You can't change the buttstock, you can't change the magazine. Let's have a look at the AK-47. Now here it is with the exact same parts. I don't think it looks quite as cool, but that's just me. But it did perform better. Looks. I'm talking about looks when I'm talking about rifles. Well, yeah, it's a video game, guys. And that's one thing to always remember. This is a video game. I'm simply whoops, I meant to equip the 74. I'm simply a human player of average ability playing a game, but performing the same stuff, performing the same test over and over and over has made me extremely good at this one particular test. And I can say, okay, I shouldn't say good. I should say consistent. I'm very consistent at performing this one test, and the 47 performed better. Also had better recoil. So guys, take that with you and tell me what you think in the comments below. All right, guys, so there's my comparison of the AK-74 versus the AK-47. Would you like to see me compare the AK-74 versus something else? Or whatever. Let me know in the comments below. We don't have time in today's video to test any other rifles. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a real pleasure. I'm Darkdally, here with Rum Rover, whose grenade launcher is mysteriously blinking. Oh, and his pistol. Oh, they're invisible. Your pistol and your grenade launcher are invisible, but everything else is visible. That is nice. Weird. Yeah, gotta love the glitches. If you guys saw the last video from yesterday testing the F2000, then you saw some crazy glitches. All right, guys, thanks for watching. It's been a real pleasure. I'm Darkdally, and I will catch you guys next time. The AK-12, probably because Ubisoft knows nothing about guns because they can't own guns in France. Watch it. I'll edit that out. Oh, they're not cool like us here in America. Anyway, okay. And, well, for some reason, yeah, so, okay. And blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 he says. Okay, so anyway, okay. I probably edited some of that out because I started doing some shit talking. Okay, so anyway, the point is Ubisoft doesn't know anything about guns, is why they put that version of the AK-12 in.